Alright guys, it's William Jammy here. So we have made our so-called game, but in fact it's not our game, isn't it? So yeah, if you just play it, you will notice that this just like an animation, okay? Because you never bump into anything. You use this so-called laser, hit laser, never hit anything, just go through it like there is nothing exists. So yeah, essentially, what you are dealing with that is sort of just animation without any interaction. Even though you can control this heat laser, you can't hit anything. So how to solve this? So let's add some body in Unity rather than just some circle just flying around without any touching with each other. So let's add that rigid body. Yeah, as the name suggests, it's a rigid body. So essentially we don't have any of the body component here, so we need that to have a rigid body so they can collide with each other. So what I'm going to do is to use this heat laser as an example. Say let's hit something, let's hit head. Okay, so let's click the head and add component. Let's add a say box collider. So remember to choose the 2D one rather than this box collider. If you do not have a 2D attached to the end of it, it is 3D collider, and which is the collider that we will use in the 3D development tutorial rather than 2D. So essentially we are dealing with the platformer, so it's 2D. We're going to choose 2D, and here we are. We just got ourselves a collider, so a box collider. So remember to click it, so you know that what you are dealing with. So remember the head collider is something here, and of course you can make that collider bigger, and of course you can just get rid of a render. Yeah, you can do all sort of thing, and of course you can get the size even bigger. So if you look at the scale, this scale is 1:1, and you can even get a size much bigger. So for example, you can get a 2, so you got a much bigger collider. And of course you can add a rigid body to it, which means that we got a body rather than just a collider. You got some substance in it. So let me get a rigid body. Remember, choose the 2D one. And of course, once you got rigid body, there's a pretty important thing to do, which is to get rid of the gravity. So yeah, we got a rigid body. Let me get it out. And remember, the gravity scale currently is 1. So what happens if you don't get rid of the gravity? Let's just play it, and you will see something really interesting happen. So the hair just drop because the gravity down. So because so for example, you got a platformer and you want to jump up and down, and you need to, so every time you hit jump, and with just gravity you pull this person down. So yeah, we need to get rid of it, the gravity, just for now. Okay, so let's just gravity scale, let's just hit 0 to it. And of course, if you think this this box collider is a little bit big, you can just get that to 1. Okay, so it's approximately here. And the reason why I use box collider rather than a say, if you add a collider, you will notice you even got a lot of, you got a capsule collider or even a circle collider. The reason I don't use it is that we usually use the box collider, so you got a sort of easier for you to hit it. And if you use the circle collider, sometimes you will get a lot of bug in your game. And of course, collider, we can use collider as a sort of trigger in the game. So yeah, we will discuss that later on, but I'm going to just to give you a vague idea of how collider can be used. Collider can get a sort of a trigger action. So you no longer collide, but rather once you enter this collider field, and it will trigger a certain action, then you can write some script to carry out certain thing. For example, once you enter into a room the door will automatically close and you are confined into a certain room for a huge boss fight. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so I've got this head ready, and of course let's get this hit laser ready as well. So quickly let's add a box collider 2D. Then we just confine this as well, and let's add a rigid body 2D, and let's of course get the gravity scale to 0. So yeah, let's try that out. And loading. So what I'm going to do is to go aiming for the head. This time aiming for the head. This time come from the Marvel movie. Aim for the head. Yeah, good. Aim for the head. And let's try to get it. Okay, good. Yeah, that's basically how we use the collider as well as the rigid body to make this game even more interesting. So I'm just like a controllable laser and hit for the head. Let me just knock it out off the screen. Okay, that's basically it. And of course you can use the same method. Say for example, if you want to get a lightsaber, have a rigid body, you can do that. Rigid body 2D, and of course you can add a collider as well. Collider, let me just give you a box collider. So yeah, just regardless of the shape of the rendering. So for example, you got a lightsaber rendered, say the sprite renderer. Regardless of shape, regardless of the color, the computer will only calculate this part, because they think this, even though say you did not touch it at the tip of your lightsaber, but as long as this box collider and rigid body got struck, it will just affect everything that it touches. So of course you can get the gravity down to 0, and of course if you do this way, it will sort of deflect this laser away, because do you see that? Because it got rigid body. Okay, so it will affect I don't think they accidentally hit this guy's head off. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Once you add a rigid body as well as the collider, you will be prepared to handle with some unexpected scenarios, say accidentally chop off the head, something like that. So you need to be aware of that, because everything can be so interactive. Okay, so yeah, that's it.